Hi, it's Janet Miller of A Spirited Path, and I'm here today because I wanted to sort of resurrect something that I've done in the past, and that's using my Galactic Heritage cards. And because there's so much stuff going on right now, and I think sometimes we need to have a different perspective as to what's happening. So basically, the first card, and it's going to be backwards here, but it's called Seeing the One, Earth. Now, normally I would actually do a whole series of them, but what happened today was that when I was shuffling them, these two fell out because I asked my guides, show me what needs to be heard that people need to embrace. So the first one is from the future, and it's about oh gosh, I had the book now and now I've put it somewhere. Anyways, because I'm still getting used even though I've had these cards for probably 5 or 6 years, they're so multi-layered, and there's 120 of them, or 102 of them. Anyways, there's a large deck, and there's so many nuances with them. It takes a long time to understand what's going on. But Seeing the One is all about non-judgment and actually looking at whether or not you are judging situations, because it's more than just being black and white. There's so many different things going on. There's so many layers of things that are going on, and we need to see it as a whole. We need to start focusing on the positive, because when you start to look at all the things that are being presented to us and we focus on the negative and we present it, you get what you focus on. Now, that's an old Abraham Hicks saying, you get what you focus on. So if you want to focus on negative, you're going to get negative. And I got trapped in that, which actually relates to the next card. So this is why I wanted to be able to bring these cards back into the reality of my being again. And I'm going to be able to post this video and put it on my YouTube channel, because I want to be able to help people with what's going on with the galactic aspect of the whole big picture here. So Seeing the One is all about that, and it's the future, and it's about polarity, and it's about, are we embracing or are we judging too fast? Because there's so much misinformation that's happening now that we are very eager to see, the worst of something or the best of something. And I know for myself, I had to start doing many more investigations of what was going on. And what I found was that a lot of times things that were being posted, as I dug deeper into them, weren't true. They had been edited. They had been, of course, media, biased to present the other aspect of them. So this is why it's very important to see our future, okay, which is Seeing the One, as being as positive as we can be, and know that there's other ones that are out there. There's others of us that are like-minded that are out there. And this really more relates to the second card. And I mean, these cards fell out when I was going to use them, and I was going to add two more to them, and my guides just said, this is exactly what you need to see. So the next one, which is Seduction and Addiction, which is from the Orient culture. And you've got to remember, because we're galactic, we have a lot of tendencies that we're not even aware of, that are coming from our galactic heritage. This is why I like these cards. And I know that I have changed tremendously in the past few months and really shifted into seeing new realities of things. But the Seduction and Addiction card is about, what is it that we are focusing on that might become an addiction to us. And a lot of times it's out there, people wanting to prove things wrong, or proving that the other side is right. So there's becoming a lot of division that's happening. And when anything that is being unearthed, there's a lot of pointing fingers, and that becomes a seduction of it, and that becomes an addiction. As I said, these cards are pretty deep. So I started to look at the addiction that I had when it came to, seeing the truth and whatever. But again, the truth is as much as we are allowed to see. And a lot of the truth that's coming out there is creating fear. And that's why I wanted to be able to focus on what I try to do with my Facebook posts and whatever, is try to do my best to promote laughter, positive, and I'm not trying to stick my head in the sand, but we get what we focus on. We get what we focus on. And if you're going to be focusing on the negative stuff all the time, and apparently this is what they did in the Orient culture, they had a hard time coming through that aspect of themselves, because even if you go backwards, and which is, in other words, seeing the one, they're very reflective of each other. They're multidimensional. So one can be on top, which is seeing the one, or the seduction and addiction. Or you can start off with the seduction and addiction or seeing the one, because it's literally multidimensional. So this is why I like these cards, because there's a lot of thinking to them, and we have to be able to see and understand that there's a lot of things that we're not seeing. And this becomes an addiction for either going deeper or just wanting to see the surface. So you have to understand where we are in that. So this is why I wanted to be able to put this on I had started a YouTube channel years ago. Didn't do too much with it, but I'm finding now I'm being drawn to it again. So this is why I want to be able to do that. So again, the two cards, let me just see if I can do this here. Get used to this. Okay, these are the two cards. This is what came out, this is what fell out, and this is what we have to look at. So it's a matter of going into the Orient aspect of what they experienced as a planet that was into the awakening process, because this is what this whole episode in our Earth's history is about. We're awakening to a deeper truth. And we don't like the truth a lot of the times that's out there, but this is what needs to be looked at. So I hope this helps people understand. I am going to put this on my YouTube channel, and I'm going to be putting some links on the YouTube channel, and I'm going to be adding another page to my website, so that if people want to know what their galactic heritage is, or what galactic energies are actually working in their life right now, let me know, because I'll be posting that on my webpage. So with that, it's Janet Miller of A Spirited Path. Live your life with joy. See the best that you can of other people, and try not to be judgmental, because that is going to lead us into a whole other atmosphere, which we don't want to do. I'm guilty of it, unfortunately, sometimes, and I try to step back and take a breath and say, it's not like is this a reality I want to see, but is this a reality that is truly real? And this is what we have to look at now with the situation that we're in now. The awakening of this planet has begun. There's those of us that have been awake for a long time, and we're even seeing bigger pictures now of what is actually happening on this world. So with that, it's Janet Miller of A Spirited Path. I hope you have a fantastic day.